Every time, right before Global Dokkan's anniversary, I see this argument that you should skip the anniversary and save for the worldwide celebration. Now, don't get it confused, okay? I'm advocating, and I always have been since late December, to save and summon on the 8th anniversary. And there's really two things going on here. One side of the argument is pure copium. I'm going to explain that part to you in just 1 second, but the other side of the equation actually has a legitimate argument to make, and I'm going to explain both sides so that way you at the end of the day are an informed consumer of the hit game Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. You deserve to know both sides and the reality of the situation, especially since Global Dokkan, the anniversary for Global, is in such a weird spot when it comes to its schedule. So let's actually hop into it. I do have a quick challenge to help you improve yourself if of course you get caught lacking today. If you've done a single summon on the Goku portion, not Piccolo, but the Goku portion of the Golden Week banners, and you got caught lacking today, you got to drop down and hand over 3 good solid push-ups with your knee touching the floor. Sorry, not your knee, your chin touching the floor, okay? Don't cheat me on these 3 push-ups. If you did a single, you got caught lacking today, and you got to give me your 3 push-ups. But if you didn't do a single, then you can skip today's push-up challenge. Don't worry, I will try and catch you lacking in the next one. And listen, if you get caught lacking, it is what it is. All right, 3 push-ups will only do you good, not bad. And by the way, I mean, if you like these types of videos or just find enjoyment overall, consider subscribing because, you know, road to 58K. Anyways, let's hop into this video. So let me explain to you the copium side of this argument first, and then we'll talk about the legitimate argument side. The copium of saying, let's skip the anniversary and save worldwide, that is only coming from people who say, who summon on banners like Saiyan Day and say, you know what, I'm gonna save, and then summon on Golden Week, and then say, you know what, I'm gonna save, and then summon on every other banner that comes up before the anniversary, and then they realize that they don't have enough stones, and they're like, you know what, I've already just accepted my defeat. I am not even going to try for the anniversary. Frick the anniversary character. They'll come back in Christmas. I'll get them when they come back. Pure copium. I'll just save for the worldwide and, you know, save all the dragons I get during the anniversary and spend them on the worldwide. I need you to understand that I used to be there. I used to be someone who would wait for a character to come out, and then another release hypes me up. I summon on that, and I have no stones left, and then I'd say the exact same thing. You know what? I don't care about those characters. I'll just skip them. But deep down, I do care. Deep down, I know every single person, at least on some level, unless you just don't care about these characters, then on some level, you care about the anniversary. I know people are saying, I'll skip, I don't care, but deep down, you're just mad that you spent Dragon Stones before. And again, I'm not like making fun of you. I have literally sniffed the same copium that you're sniffing now. So trust me when I say, I get that part, right? I get it, I was there, I've done it. So I know what you mean when you say you don't care about the anniversary, you're just like coping. I get it. Again, I was there too. Now, the other side of the argument, actually, there's like some legitimate arguments to be made. Some of those arguments are that the worldwide celebration characters that drop after the anniversary, right, tend to be better than the anniversary characters themselves. And this is again an interesting point. And the first thing I want to point out, though, is that the reason why this tends to be is because, remember, the anniversary characters, by the time they hit global, they're like 6 months old. So when the worldwide celebration comes out, which is a shared celebration, it makes sense that those characters are better than the anniversary, because for JP, the anniversary characters were 6 months ago. But for global, it was literally just a few. The anniversary for global ends in like early mid-August, and worldwide starts late August. So we literally have like a month to play with our new toys before power creep comes in the worldwide celebration. So for global, it feels like 2 back-to-back celebrations of just OP characters, whereas JP, it's been about half a year. So when you're saving your Dragon Stones, if you spend absolutely everything during the anniversary, then you're not going to be looking too good for the worldwide celebration, especially in this anniversary where the part 2 LRs are just so, like, they're just so strong. They're just so good, right? So you really have to, that's why I dropped a video, you know, a few weeks ago talking about how important it is to save for this anniversary, because not only do you have really strong part 1 LRs, but you have really strong part 2 LRs. And I'm still advocating, by the way, to save for the 8th year anniversary. I'm not switching up. I'm just explaining to you the conversation, or explaining to you the argument that people are actually making. But just to prove it to you, first things first, the banners themselves are not better, okay? These are the 7th year banners, okay? And these are the current 7th year banner, or sorry, the last year's 7th year anniversary banners. And then these are the worldwide banners. This is a good banner. It doesn't have not as enough. I don't know what that even means. There isn't a comparable amount of firepower on this banner compared to the anniversary banners, especially when you consider the easy ace for the 3 and 4 year LRs. And then this carnival banner is just dookie, right? Like, it's, for me, it was fun summoning because of all the LRs I was pulling, but realistically, value-wise, compared to these other banners, this banner is just not it. So anniversary banner is clear in terms of value, literally easily clear in terms of value, especially the buy 3 get 1 free, and of course the tickets that you get per stone multi you spend. So again, anniversary banner is clear in terms of value, but the argument is that, okay, but Carnival Goku's better, right? Cooler. When these 2 LRs dropped, the conversation was not about the 7th years. People who just fanboyed, I wouldn't say fanboyed, right? But people who really liked the year 7s or had a bias towards Super Saiyan 4s would definitely say these units are better. But I mean, it's pretty cut and clear that these 2 were like the best units in the game when they dropped. And I get that. It's understandable. So from a perspective of, oh, I want to summon on what's the best in the game, you would say for the worldwide celebration, right? That's understandable. Last year, the case was the exact same. We had UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, right? Now, anything could have dropped, and it would have been better than Evolution Blue Vegeta. Let's just clear that there, right? But for a long time, AGL UI was the king of the game, and then they dropped the worldwide units after. And say what you want, I considered Full Power Frieza to be the best unit in the game on release for at least a little bit. Definitely, I think he aged a decent amount, but he's not bad at all. Like, I consider him to be the best out of all 3 of these LRs. I consider him to be the best for a little bit. But regardless, I could, like, both of these LRs are easily better than this guy here. I think it's a very clear case, right? You could, I guess, make the case for AGL UI, but I just see these 2 performing better than AGL UI. If you really love AGL UI, you might argue for him. But the point is that an argument can be made for these 2 to be better than these 2, right? If there was no argument to be made, this video wouldn't exist. But the fact that Global's anniversary ends and 2 weeks later units drop after that, units drop that are better than what we just got a few weeks ago, that's something to really consider, and I understand that. And the same thing with the year before, right? We had the worldwide characters of Vegito and Buhan, and I would easily, any day of the week, take both of these LRs over the 5th year LRs. Now, I'm not saying these guys are bad. They definitely weren't. They took 80 years to build up. These were definitely the hypest. This is the hypest anniversary of all time. But let's be objective here. Maybe you can argue that Buhan isn't, right? But S-tier Vegeta was clear cut. At least for for me playing the game and remembering how everything went down, this is easily the best LR in the game, at least when he initially released. And again, these guys were good, and maybe when they were fully built up, they were better. But they just took so long to build up. It was really, and the game was entering a point where difficult content was like starting to come out like regularly, I think. And so like if you weren't building up turn 3, 4, 5, like you didn't have enough stats to keep up with the game. And again, this is a time where these units were already 6 months old on JP, right? So the trend here that I'm showing you is that a few weeks after Global's anniversary, worldwide tends to come out with better characters. If you're someone who wants to summon on the best characters this game has to offer, the 8th year anniversary is still the place to go, right? These banners are just so good. And the issue is, we know what these banners look like, but we have no idea what's coming up for the worldwide. Like, for example, just because it's the best unit in the game, doesn't mean it's going to be, you know, extremely, like, what if it's like transforming Zarbon, right? Best unit in the game. What if they clear the GT bros, right? But unfortunately, he's limited to like 3 teams, and you know, his kit depends on a very specific set of characters, right? So sure, he could be the best, but the issue is that we just don't know. So if you decide to skip the anniversary for something you don't know, I could only be, it'll suck for worldwide to be banners that you just do not like, for characters you maybe think the animations are so mid, even if they're the best units. Like it just really depends on what you care about, right? If you love these animations, if you love these cards, if you love their teams, then you gotta summon, right? This is the time to summon. The anniversary worldwide banners are not on the same value, obviously, as we already pointed out. And we know what these look. We know what's going on here. To skip for something you don't know is a very risky thing. But based off previous years, arguments could be made to say, you know what, worldwide drops better characters. I care for better characters. Let me go ahead and summon on a banner that could. That's the thing though. Could be better. So that is that side of the argument, and I understand that, and it's a legitimate argument. Again, we just don't know what's dropping. It's you're putting something down that you know is going to be valuable for something you hope is going to be valuable, and it could pay off, right? We have no idea what's coming for worldwide, and on top of that, I'll mention it again, it depends on what you personally care about, because I'll tell you right now, STR Cooler, I guess, let's say he was the de facto best character in the game. Me personally, I don't care about Cooler like that. I will 100% summon on the anniversary characters and have them be 2nd place and 3rd place over Cooler, who I know I'm not gonna run, right? So if you don't care about a specific character and you know that caring about that character is important to you to summoning, then and if you like these anniversary characters, and you're someone who cares about the characters themselves before summoning, then this is the banner for you. Because if you skip, and let's say you're just like a massive like Frieza hater, and Frieza drops for worldwide, then like what are you gonna do? Just because he's the best character in the game, you're gonna summon? Like, again, there's a lot of things to consider here, but just know that skipping this, I can't, like, I am still advocating to save for the anniversary, and Part 2 at large is just so freaking good as well. It's like you're playing a massive game of chance by skipping. So ask yourself what you care about. If you only care about top tier characters, then skipping could be the option for you, but we don't know what's dropping, right? We just don't know. And of course there's the other side of the coin where you just, like, you don't know what you're gonna pull. You can skip anniversary and not pull a single thing during worldwide, but you could have saved this entire, like, I have like 8,000 stones. I've been saving for a long time. I've been summoning here and there, but saving my stones, buying stones, saving all free-to-play stones, I've been doing that for a long time. 8,000 stones doesn't guarantee me any of these characters here, right? The more stones you have, the better, the more chances you give yourself at the end of the day. But I'm not, even with 8,000 stones, I'm not guaranteed anything. So you have to keep that, like, you can save for a whole year and still get shafted, right? Just keep that in mind. So it's, again, there's a lot of games of chances, there's a lot of games of chance being played here. You just have to ask yourself what's important to you, and ask yourself what you really value in these characters, and make your decision based off that. But regardless, I will be going crazy for the 8th year LR's Part 1 and Part 2, and I hope to see you there when the summoning stream begins. I will keep you updated on every single thing happening from now until, of course, I mean obviously forever, but in terms of the Global's 8th year anniversary, this will be the spot to get all of your information, so stay tuned for that. Consider subscribing if you are excited. Road to 58, 59, and maybe even 60K before the end of the year. I appreciate all your love and support. I'll see you in the next one.